We are actually at a point in time where a car battery or even a tire or two is now a major purchase. So if you agree, let me know in the comments. And I mentioned this on a reel a few days ago that now a car battery, at least here in Mesa, Arizona, if you go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's, most of the major ones, you cannot get a car battery for less than $200. So call it old man screaming at clouds if you want, but that's a major purchase. I mean, considering just how much the housing and everything is, not just here in the valley, but everywhere, a $200 purchase, that, I mean, my gosh, I never thought I would see the day where I had to save up to get a car battery. But that's where we are. See, and it used to be that a major expense wasn't a tire in your car, it wasn't a battery, for heaven's sakes. That was always easy to do. Anyone could do that, and it was really easy to do. You didn't have to hire anyone to do something like that. It used to be that just a few years ago, the big expense was if your washing machine, your dryer went. Now, oh my gosh, $300-400 there. You can't do that anymore. Or if your stove went, if one of your appliances went, that was your big expense. That was always the worry. Like, what am I going to do if my refrigerator goes? Your refrigerator goes now. You got to finance that. But that's not the way things are now. Car batteries are a major expense now, a major fix. So it was reported this year, upwards of 40% of people in the United States, 40% would not be able to do a $400 purchase. Not with cash. That would have to be on a credit card. So if I need this battery for my yes, I'm still driving a minivan. If I have to get a battery, because it hasn't died just yet, if I have to get a battery, I don't have any money for that. I'm already paying my mortgage on $400 a month. Last year. That was real nice. So I don't have the money for that. So I'm going to have to charge that if it goes out before I can save up. Whoever thought we'd see the day? My gosh, being a Gen Xer in my mid-50s, I have to save up for a car battery. And the tires on this, we had to put 2 tires on because, hey, when it is 109 degrees at 7 o'clock at night, that's one of the things that we have to do here in the valley all the time. Car batteries don't last more than 2 seasons. So you get 2 summers out of it. If you get 3, you're really, really lucky. So we go through tires pretty fast also because it's so damn hot here. Now, I know that there are two industries that are responsible for a lot of the price increases. Housing, you know, the real estate industry, and the gas and oil. I get that, but even adjusted for that in inflation, this is just, even the big, like Bloomberg and whatnot, it's strictly corporate greed. They're just squeezing it. The rich are just squeezing us and squeezing us and squeezing us. So even in the report, they were saying that even $100 would wipe almost half of Americans out and not being able to do that. Well, when you've got rent and gas and the cost of living and just greed, inflation that have driven the prices up so badly, yeah. And as a Gen Xer, I tell you, boy, I did a whole video regarding ageism. Even if I'm making a little bit more money and my money is actually trending up, none of that matters because I can't keep up with the increase in everything. Like I said, my mortgage went up 30% last year. 30%, it's going to go up again. So even if the money that I'm making, and I'm sure this is true for you also, so even if I am trending upward and I'm making more money, and let's say I'll be making more money in January than I'm making now, none of that matters because I can't keep up with the increase in expenses because the rich just keep tightening and tightening their grip. They just keep turning the screws. Everything just keeps going up. I mean, my gosh, if a battery is $200 now, next January they could be $300, $400. It's going to get to a point where you're going to have to get financing to fix your car. Well, you already have to do that for certain. You got to get a transmission. You're going to have to finance that. This is the timeline we're in, the darkest timeline. A battery costing over $200 for a minivan. That is, I wouldn't even think the minivan itself was even worth $200, but here we are.
The only way that entire car is worth $500 is if there's a $300 hooker sitting in it.
Hey, so if you're also experiencing problems like this, if you're having trouble being able to make your bills and get tired of seeing all the expenses go out, let me know in the comments how you're dealing with that, because I honestly don't see how I'm going to be able to I just don't see how I could do it next year. It just comes down to, it doesn't matter how much money that you make, your expenses just keep going up. And I'm not talking about buying a more expensive car, because I haven't.
Does this steaming pile of crap scream payday to you, huh?
Expenses just keep going up. So let me know what your experience is with this in the comments.